Funny Talk with Real People.
The Funny Talk with Real People, the Inappropriate Podcast. I'm the host, Damien. I'm the host, Damien, Mr. Inappropriate.
Facebook, I'm Missy Monroe. Because you're so fine, Damien.
What's going on? It's your boy Tiger Escobar.
Funny Talk with Real People.
Hey guys, this is Missy Monroe, Funny Talk with Real People. We're here with you tonight. How's it going?
What's happening,
What's
y'all?
up? What's up, Mika? She's so fly.
Tiger Escobar.
Oswald Van Egbert Bunbury Jr.
Oh.
And if you can notice, as you can notice here, we're missing one. The inappropriate one.
Inappropriate.
He's out. He's a little under the weather. You know, people need to wash their hands and stuff, you know, and make sure you wash your hands when you're touching doors and all of that. So
Say
we
love you,
send our prayers
We
to
love you, D.
him, and we want him to get better.
Yeah.
He
better?
first of
Send
all,
our prayers.
he better be watching us too.
Right.
Yeah, log in too.
get
Let's
back.
see.
Get back.
My dude.
So tonight we are, our topic tonight is suffering in silence.
Suffering in silence.
Yeah.
Suffering by yourself.
Man, listen.
And even suffering by yourself, when you say that, it's like when you're going through things, we all have family and we have friends. And some people rely on their family and friends while they're going through things, but there are other people who take everything in on their own for whatever reason.
And deal with it.
And deal with it. And that goes from depression to finances to your health.
Right.
So
School.
Right,
school.
and that could be any age, any gender.
Yeah.
Like you're going through some things and you don't want
Race.
to verbalize them. You don't want to talk to people about them because, and a lot of times people don't talk to people because of embarrassment.
I think maybe the number one reason could be embarrassment.
Embarrassment.
for anything that you're going through. Like
Especially males.
Especially
Yeah,
men.
especially males.
Seriously, we don't like to ask for
Males
help
don't
a
like
lot
to
of
ask for
times.
help.
Exactly.
We don't like to ask for directions. We don't ask for help. We don't like to say when we're sick.
Especially money wise, like
Oh,
especially
come
when it's
on.
money in the, like if you're low on funds or you going through something financially, men really do not like
Oh,
to
yeah,
share that.
that's
Like
true.
I could call Melissa and say, "Girl, I'm broke today. I can't do this." Da, 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 da. But y'all not gonna call each other and say y'all
Man,
broke
I'm
and y'all
just
not
broke.
doing
I
it. Yeah, y'all
can't
just
do it,
You
you
know,
know?
you might say anything other than I'm broke. You
Change
know,
the subject.
right.
yeah, man, or they might play it low key, like you know,
Man, not
man, what you
today.
got over there at your house to eat? You know, I
Right.
didn't cook
I'm
anything,
hungry. I
and I'm
feel like
hungry,
What's
and
good,
then
Dave?
go over there and eat, you know. But so you have these accounts where people are going through things and they're suffering in silence. So I want to take like a high profile, one of the most recent high profile cases with Robin Williams. So he just found out I think he got diagnosed with Parkinson's, I believe. But outside of that, he had depression. And I say suffer from depression, or he dealt or lived with depression. And then he committed suicide. And there's a lot of people out here every day in our lives who are
Close to
live
that.
with depression. And
Do
they
you guys, when you
I
guys
definitely.
have dealt with suicide before? Anybody you know?
I have never dealt with anyone personally with suicide. I have dealt with a family member who was very much depressed, but she never wanted to speak out on her depression. And one day I just so happened to be in her bathroom and I saw these pills, and because of my old job as a biller, I knew what the pill was for. And so I said, "Hey, what's going on? Like, talk to me, you know." And it took a lot out of her to tell me why she, was
Right.
It be minor things. It be sometimes it's minor things, but sometimes what we don't realize is everybody is kind of suffering for some of
Right,
the
yeah.
same
Same.
things.
Right.
The reason why I asked about the suicides, because my nephew committed suicide
Right.
a year ago, a year and a half ago, and it's one of the hardest, probably the hardest thing besides losing my mother that we had to go through, and to lose somebody to suicide. The question is, people don't get. I don't think people understand the whole process behind suicide. It's not somebody's giving up. They're not giving up. It's not about the person giving up.
Thank you for saying
That's
that.
a
'Cause
stigma,
a lot of
that's a
people
stigma
say that.
too, because
A lot of people think
at times somebody talk about a suicide, you hear the word weak follows.
Or they say
Right.
it's a selfish act.
Right, or selfish.
They say it's a selfish
yeah.
act because of what they've left the people
Right.
behind and the state they left in. But
And the person that says it's selfish is actually the one that's being selfish
Right.
because
Yeah.
they're wishing that the person that they committed suicide wouldn't have done this
Would
because
not have
I'm
done
in
it,
pain
right.
now. But the thing is, the person that you understand, we as humans, there's our cells are what they call apoptosis. It's called it's a way that the cells actually commit suicide. They purposely shut the ability to produce more cells down because it's a process called apoptosis, where a programmed cellular signal death, whereas the cell says, okay, enough with the progression of this particular cell. I'm going to stop. I'm going to kill myself for the betterment of the rest of the cells, so the energy can be stored to be used something else. I say it to say this: for a person to turn off themselves, because self-preservation is law of nature number one. For a person to say, you know what, I'm done, or the world will be better off without me.
Right.
That means that whatever they're going through, whatever the personal situation they're going through, their perception of the world is different. What's really going on.
Like without
I've been
them
there
in it,
before.
everything else will be okay. Without me here,
Right.
everybody else will live better.
They'll be
Right.
fine.
Yeah, like fathers that without me, then my wife or my spouse can live happy and vice versa.
And not only that, I know that scientific side of it, but some of them are just like done with dealing with crap. I had a friend who attempted it. She took a whole lot of pills, and she was hoping to die. And she woke up, and she was like, oh, then she was like, oh my God, I'm still alive. Let me call the doctor. She had to go get her stomach pumped and checked her liver. She was fine. But it was because she was just tired of dealing with everything in life that she had to deal with. It was just too much for her. It was too overwhelming. She was just like, I just give up. And everybody goes through things like that. And
Everybody has
I've been there.
like suicide.
You been there?
You been
You
to
been there?
suicide?
Feeling like
suicide or just feeling like giving up.
Nah, like I was gonna, I don't know, like there was a point in time in life, but I just said fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, I had a cousin, in theory, also as well, like getting off of me real quick. In a way, he committed suicide. His little brother had shot himself in the head with his gun. You know what I'm saying? He was a street dude, and so he basically committed suicide by robbing other drug dealers with an unloaded gun.
oh
You know what I'm saying? So, and also, I had another cousin I grew up with. His death got ruled suspicious. You know what I mean? But some people say he killed himself, but they couldn't really prove it. So I guess for the family's sake, the investigators ruled it suspicious. You know
But
what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
go, I'm not trying to make you talk about anything you want to talk about, but I want to talk about you saying being to that point where you felt like you wanted to do that. How did you pull yourself out of it?
Really, my niece being born for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, basically
Life
my
for a
niece.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Life for a life.
Exactly.
real.
Because shit was real dark for a while, like a little point in time, like when I was younger and stuff. Then, my niece came and gave me a little something to look forward to, things like that.
hope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
something to
Hope.
live for,
And
hope, yeah.
The craziest thing about suffering in silence is that once you speak up, you'd be amazed at how many people are willing to listen.
Are willing to
willing to
listen
listen.
or
Are
are
willing to-
going
Are
through the
going
same
through
thing.
it, right?
Or going through the same thing.
You know, we stay in our bubble and we think we're the only ones going through things, and then when you open up, you're like, oh wow, there's more people like me. So
And you'll be surprised at how many people can actually help you, or
Right.
what type of help is out there for
Right,
you. And
right.
it could be like minor things such as just being sick, just being ill, just not feeling well. You going through all these emotions in your body and your health because you're stressing and you're trying to do so much and you're trying to do everything under the sun, and your body shuts down and you don't talk to anybody about it and you don't bring that up to anybody, and then before you know it, you're damn near on your deathbed not realizing it, when you could have just said, hey,
Hey,
Missy,
this is
I'm
what's
feeling
happening.
sick, but I don't have this and I don't have that. Do you know somebody?
I
Because
could have the
everybody knows
resources.
somebody.
I could have the
Right.
resources. for you,
Everybody
yeah.
knows somebody, and
Cortisol.
you never know.
We got that situation like in our family, like in our culture, where like people don't really emphasize love
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you don't know what somebody going through. So then you sitting there thinking like, damn, somebody really like love me like that or fuck with me like that or nothing. So you like, shit, I might well go ahead and be gone. So
That's some real shit. But
Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Don't nobody love me. You know
Don't
what I'm
nobody
saying?
loves me. Nobody fucks with me.
And when you are going through the world, and think about this, the stresses of the world, the environmental situation that we all find ourselves in, that cortisol increases, that stress
Yeah.
hormone increases. And when it increases in you, it causes a constriction in the blood vessels. And when you constrict the blood vessel, it's causing a diversion to your heart and your heart
Yeah.
to pump so you can be out. But the thing is, it's constricting the flow to your brain also.
too.
And so your inability to process information properly is also going to be shown because you're not thinking properly. You're thinking about fear, and persons
So
don't
in
think
layman's
and
terms,
learn.
stress can kill.
Stress kills. Like what?
Cause you make bad
Okay,
decisions.
we love the scientific
Right.
facts.
So for us lame people, it's basically stress kills you.
Stress
And
kills.
cortisol
And cause you to-
puts all that weight
Weight.
around your midsection,
Yes.
so
And also
stay
makes you
try to stay
Bad
stress free.
decision making.
Yeah.
It does.
Bad decision because fear. You
Yeah.
see people who do things out of
Right.
fear will most likely make a bad decision.
Bad
Exactly.
decision.
Yeah,
Because they're not thinking properly. So think about this now. If you are highly stressed and you are saying that nobody loves me, which is not true. Somebody loves you. out there.
Which is
Somebody.
It is
Somebody
very
loves you.
ironic that that you said that, because myself and I know that this probably will shock a lot of people. Myself, for years, I battled that whole no one loves
Mm-hmm.
me. Why am I? I never felt
Same.
like killing myself, but
Right.
I always wondered because of my
Right.
childhood, and even now as the struggles that I have as an adult. Like, I smile every
Wonder
day and I
why,
get
though.
through my
Right.
struggles, but I wonder, and I don't question people. I sometimes question God, like, what am I doing wrong?
People do
like,
that,
do you
yeah.
love me? What am I not doing? Why am I where I'm at now and they're where they're at? And it's not about me trying to keep
Right.
up with the Joneses or keep up with the next person, but I do
You
sometimes
just want to
wonder
know
that. I
sometimes,
just don't
why are
understand.
you always under
Yeah.
siege? Like,
Right.
why
Why
am
am
I?
I
Yeah,
always-
me and my brother talk about it all the time. Why are we always under siege? Just like something
Yes.
after another, after another.
after another, and that saying, God only gonna throw on you what you
What
can
you can
handle.
handle. Well,
And
Lord,
I
I-
throw my hands up.
Well,
like,
I'm
look,
tired of
I can't handle no more.
But
I'm there now.
Right. We're good. We good. I've learned.
I've learned.
But I had the conversation with who was it? It was one of my friends today, and we were talking about that same issue about how we all go through things and we experience things. And I was saying, well, I've watched the Kardashians, right? And I said, you know what? To be honest, they gone through some stuff. Look, the girl's tape came out. That happened,
Right.
But she got almost killed by the guys who were robbing her. The mom's husband turned to a woman, and there's been a
They've
lot
been
of
through
series
some
of things.
shit.
Yeah.
However, what makes it different for them is that they got some money to help them.
Right.
And
Got no bread.
I think money can and I know money's not everything, but
It helps.
like for me, if I had wads of cash in the bank, I'd be able to kind of like go off to an island, and
Your
I could
stress
feel
level
better
would
for a
be
little.
down.
My stress level might be a
think so?
little.
I think
For
so.
me,
how
I'm saying
about-
for me.
So how about
I
those-
can't speak
so
for everybody
How
else.
about a billionaire that loses millions,
They do.
which occurred? A
He gonna
billionaire
jump off the
loses
building.
millions and commits suicide.
Yeah,
But the
but
difference
guess what?
is,
He went from here
But yeah, but
to
that-
here.
But he can still
Exactly.
eat. He can think about this. If-
Well, he lost
can-
millions or
when you-
everything.
when you
because
lose-
his happiness,
He lose
the happiness that he's seeking is different. The
Right.
happiness that
Right.
we're seeking is financial happiness. Right now,
you
mentally,
think that's what you want.
but no, I know,
Honey, I know that's
I
what I
know.
want.
So you don't think there's gonna be any other issues
No,
afterwards?
I know that. I
I
know
know I'll
that
still have
physically I'm
issues.
happy. I know emotionally I'm happy. I know that right now for me, the thing that can solve my stress and my irritations in my life right now is if I had more money or making more money to take care of my family.
And
Right.
they do say more money,
So-
more problems.
So what happens is, so once
say
you,
that.
but think about this now. Once you accomplish that, the thing is, my problem with money and the pursuit of money is that people forget that it's not the money you want. It's what the money can do for you.
Right.
And how it alleviates certain stresses.
Exactly.
And
Right.
it's
That's
true.
what we're
And I-
talking about.
And I get
That's
what
what
you're
I'm
saying.
talking
But money
about.
can make it
That's what I'm
stress
talking
even
about.
greater too, though.
Exactly.
If you allow it, and I said
Exactly.
yes, I said money
Exactly.
can. But I was just equating the fact that my brother and I were talking about being under siege about certain things like hitting us back to back. But looking at their family, stuff happens to everybody, no matter what
Right.
your socioeconomic background is. But I'm like, when you have the money to go get counselors if you need to, therapists, when you have the money to just go fly to Belize if you want to, it makes you feel better. I know
does.
me, when I can go
does.
travel
It will
somewhere, I
make you
feel
feel
a lot
better.
better,
Because that moment,
about my
that-
situation.
the extra burst of dopamine.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then
When
you
you buy
got,
that-
then you gotta
that
come
shoe.
back and you gotta deal with it.
you
But
got them people that take trips or go rent out like a lavish hotel room, but just to kill themselves.
They
do
do
it
that
all
too.
the time.
That's
Right.
true.
They do that
so
too.
now, so what is it really
they're
about?
just ultimately
Right.
Because
unhappy.
our society right now is really, we're very secretive and we're very greedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things about extending
That's
We're
your
secret
hand.
because we're afraid.
Exactly.
Everybody exposes everything.
Everything.
So now, how about this? Why do we need secrets? Because secrets to me cause more beef than anything else.
Yeah.
Because secrets, what happens is when you have a person that's constantly is secretive or
Mm-hmm.
constantly hiding something, how do you look at that person? is not trustworthy. So anybody has a whole bunch of secrets. I'm always like, yo, why you always so, because I'm feeling like you don't
I
want
mean,
to
I couldn't
share.
trust a person that's always hiding.
But what
I
are they
couldn't
hiding?
trust a
But what are
person
they
that's
hiding?
always
Are they?
hiding.
But you're saying suffering in silence. What are these people hiding?
Personal insecurities or the bullshit they doing in closed doors. Because you see, like these, like first of all, we got this. The guy running for governor in Alabama.
Moore?
Yo,
No, is he
Moore.
Moore?
Exactly. He just. Yo, when I tell you, his bullshit has been out there for a long time. His colleagues already knew that he liked little girls,
Right.
like young girls, and this was like a running joke amongst these cats. And we all know somebody like that. Oh, crazy ass uncle that like the. Yeah,
Watch the little girls, yeah.
Keep so and so away from uncle because and so
And
what
that doesn't
happens
make
is-
it good.
It don't make it good at all. So what you think about that? So now Moore, he's been doing this, and now everybody they calling him out on it. They're like, yo, this woman was on TV crying about this.
And they
out
showed
there.
where he signed her yearbook
And
and everything.
exactly, and
Said all
he's
that
still. So
stuff
think
in it,
about it. Those type of secrets. That's the type of shit that people do.
Don't forget, y'all president got a charge out there too.
Of course, and there's a list of them: the Weinstein's, the producers.
But you know,
the
those
Hollywood
guys,
actors.
what you're talking about, he's not suffering in silence.
I
He
was-
was chilling in
right, I was
silence.
about to say, they're not
Now,
suffering.
That's what
now, I
they
mean,
do.
the girls,
The people
who-
on the
who
inside of the story
experienced
are the
that
ones
shit
that
were
suffer.
suffering in
Right.
silence
Yeah.
for all these years. Now it's like boom, boom, boom. You got all
But-
these girls coming out, and I actually think that these women who have been suffering in silence because of this freaking
Individual.
hand on top of them. No, all these producers, when you're trying to be an actress or whomever and however they were violated by these men, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that now that this administration being the way it is and how he came out with groping women and all, and it was acceptable, I think these women are getting pissed off. They're like, okay, we're going to show their asses.
Like,
And
we're
it's no
tired.
more suffering in
Right.
silence.
We're
We're
tired.
tired
We're
of being
tired. The Me Too.
abused. We're tired of hiding.
Hashtag Me Too.
No,
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
hashtag Me Too.
Hashtag,
And
yeah.
shout out to Latasha Brown, my friend's cousin. Her friend is the one who actually coined that Me Too. She was actually a victim.
That's dope.
She
Wow.
coined that, so she's going all over the country right
Brilliant,
now with
brilliant.
that. So
Have
that's
you?
awesome.
I mean, I guess asking
Hey,
any
Steve
of you,
Castro.
have any of you, or do you now currently feel like there is some things that you're going through
That's
that's not
going to be
being
my question.
that we don't see? Like we're around each other every Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're around each other a lot. And you don't have to necessarily say it
I'm
on
gonna say
the
mine.
screen, but you know, me myself, like I am
Hey,
in a
Eric Walker.
sense, like I have a lot of things going on in my life
Mm-hmm.
right now. A lot of things emotional that are going in my life that I don't talk about on a regular basis. That I wake up every morning and put on my clothes and go to work, and I smile every day
Some things
in
we
front of my
discussed before.
colleagues,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But worse, but
Right.
it's my suffering. You know what I'm saying? And could I probably get help if I say it? Probably. I don't know. But it's still like my
So it's a
pride.
prideful
right,
type
my pride
thing.
is
You
like,
don't
that's
wanna
not
really
something I
go out
want to-
asking for help.
Right. I don't want to bring that up with my colleagues or,
make
my
people
friends.
feel like
or make
you
them feel
need
like,
help,
oh my
or,
God,
oh my
I need to
God.
help you.
Right.
Like, do you have anything that
PTSD. I tell people,
Right.
a lot of my friends, and I tell people on a regular basis, I know I suffer from PTSD. I know. And it's nothing to do with the military. My 4 years in the military was good. My PTSD has come from childhood.
Mine too.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
I'm about to make a post about that today though.
Yeah, it's the shit that we went through as a child. As a child, all the different, mind you, good and bad, but
Right.
there's a lot of things that we all suffer with. Depending
all
on where
do.
you're from
Right.
and how your
And how
genetic,
your
your genetic
parenting,
response and
yeah.
your environment will create a situation that's long lasting.
Mm-hmm.
The bullshit that I went through as a child, the niggas in the street saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and I tell people, you know, I may talk about nonviolence. I always talk about nonviolence, you know, abolishing corporal punishment, stop spanking kids. I'm always on that. But you understand, this comes from a dude that's extremely violent.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a product
Right.
of my thought process of my mother used to be fucking around, laying around. You see what I'm saying? You say something to me, I don't give a man, woman, child, adult.
Right.
I'm gonna bust you in your mouth.
Right.
That was my thought process as a young, and it took me until when I tell you almost to my 40s. My last violent charge was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And I'm telling you, when I tell people the pain, the balance that I have to go through on a regular basis is to maintain, not to choke a motherfucker out sometimes. You see what I'm saying? It's you know, it was called, people, call me the Hulk. My family members at the time wouldn't tell me stuff. They're like, yo, we're not going to tell Ozzy this because he may not
ain't gonna handle
respond.
this
He's not
well.
going to handle this well. And so, but the thing is, for years and years, I've been seeing psychiatrists for 15, 16 years. Psychiatrists and a psychiatrist.
And not to
And
cut you
they-
off,
they kept
but you
stuff
know
on
what?
too.
Not to cut him off, but he just said something that I have to applaud you for saying, because so many of us do not believe in medication, psychiatrists,
Right. I
doctors,
don't.
and seeking
medication.
counseling and
I
help.
had 4.
But a lot of
Or
us
a
don't.
doctor,
You
yeah.
know, how many
do?
of us?
No, I had 4 growing up. When
I would go to
See,
a
I
doctor.
have,
I would go to a
and
doctor
there is
anytime.
many of times I have heard even mothers hearing that their child is ADHD. Well, what is it?
Yeah.
ADHD.
ADHD,
Me
and
all
then you
three
hear
months.
how many black
But
mothers
it's
have you heard say, "I'm not
labeling.
putting my child on
No
no
meds,
medicine."
right? They're not gonna label my
But
child.
not gonna get
here's
it.
one thing, and I have perfect examples. So there's the thing about putting your child on medication. Because they did do a lot of labeling then. A lot of labeling, oh, the child is this, that, let's just throw them on medication and be done. No. So I have a friend whose child was, you know, obviously dealing with something. She's like, I'm not putting him on medication. But she went to the proper channels to get him help.
Right,
And to find out what his real issue was, and it was an auditory processing disorder.
Yes.
He didn't even need to
Right.
be on ADHD
Right.
medication.
Right.
But
'Cause
they
he
just
wasn't hearing
But you know
information.
what she did? She actually
that's
took
what I'm
the
saying.
steps.
You have to take the steps
Right.
that are
You can't just
necessary
say,
to
"I'm
find
not
out
doing
I'm not
medicine."
doing it, and then let the child
Go.
act out in school.
Right.
Then they're in behavioral situations on IEPs. You have to get to the root of what the problem
Always.
is.
Exactly.
That goes from childhood with the
an
parent dealing
adult.
with a child to an adult. When you're an adult and you're suffering through whatever you're suffering through, you have to take the proper steps to figure out what's going on with you.
Ask.
Yeah.
Don't make assumptions.
Right.
We make
Right.
a lot of assumptions in life. We paint these incredible pictures in our mind before we actually have gathered information
Right.
and really find out the
We
truth.
paint them so perfect though that everybody on the outside sees this flower that's nicely groomed and blossomed,
Got the
but they
mask
don't
on.
see they don't see the dirt and the seeds that was
Right.
planted,
Planted.
and the water that's going into it and how
To get to-
structured that
right.
flower has become. How about you, Missy? What do you have some?
Well, I have lots of things that go on daily, and people never really know what I'm dealing with. But currently, no, that's not funny. I've been suffering. No, I have been suffering though. Like I'm going to the doctor tomorrow for real. I can't poop. I only eat vegetables and I take probiotics and I don't even eat meat. And I can't poop.
The show wouldn't be a show without.
I can't take
I'm
poop. I
sorry.
can't
Something gotta
poop.
take a left.
I took.
She's constipated.
I've been drinking
And that's some solid shit.
teas
And she drinks wine all the time,
and
so that's really not
flat
routine.
tea enema. Food flax because Lashonda told me to take that. Nothing has worked since 1:30 this afternoon with that, so we'll see. I'm going to the doctor because I'm a hypochondriac. I'm not afraid to go to a therapist, a medical doctor, whatever.
All that,
So
right.
that's all I've been suffering for like 2 weeks now, so y'all didn't know.
You ain't shit
But
2
now
weeks?
you know.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not gonna go that far and tell you about all my
it'll come out your breath.
consistencies and stuff. It's his turn. It's his turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
What's my turn for what?
Well,
Are
are
you
you going through
having
things,
silent
suffering through
sufferings right now?
silence, and we need to help you with anything, or our
Oh,
family
yeah.
out here can help you?
You know, my life is always going through something, but you know, it goes back to that whole stigma. You know, you keep it. I'm an internalizer really, so I don't know. Like my stuff normally comes out in time with like certain people and stuff like that. So it goes back to that topic I was talking about with the know and the people know you. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So if you say no to somebody, that's powerful in some sense. But if somebody know you, that's like
They know. Right.
you're vulnerable to them people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if somebody know you is a powerful thing. It's like a huge trust level type thing. So I don't know, like
So say if you tell your friend, they're like, "Hey, is something going on with you?" Like, "No, I'm good," but he's like, "Oh,
yeah,
no,
basically.
I
no,
know.
something's wrong with you. I know something's
But
going
your
on."
core friends,
They
already
know.
Your
They
friends
know.
know.
They
Yeah.
heard.
Like my friend, she can call. I can
Right.
call her in the way I sound on the phone,
Yeah.
or
She
even
knows.
I can even put a picture on Facebook, and she'll say,
Like,
"Your
What's
face,
wrong?
your face breaking out. What's going
Oh,
on?"
What's wrong?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like your face, she in a minute, your face is breaking out. What are you stressing about? What's going on? So I mean, we are kind of running out of time here.
yeah.
So
So
just, I know a lot of people out there are suffering. My only take is just if you're going through something, you have
Talk to
to speak to someone.
Speak.
The person
Don't
that's
be
close
afraid.
to you. You may, even if it's a stranger, because sometimes some of us feel comfortable talking to strangers
Strangers.
because they feel like they're not going to be judged. So
Or
just
see
talk
them
to
again.
someone.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
to someone.
Talk,
Take it head on too, man. Don't be afraid to tackle your issues
Yeah.
because you keep putting them off. They're gonna keep growing and growing.
Yeah, they don't
You're
get
You're gonna
smaller.
bury it and it's gonna come out like at the wrong time. So
Right.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah.
And for us, first, if you're not going through nothing that's really major, pay attention to the people around
To
you.
people around
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
and
There's nothing
listen
wrong.
because sometimes people are saying things and we're not paying
Exactly.
attention to what they're saying, where we can be clued in to what they're going through. But I do want to say this really quickly. There was another shooting in California. Some gunmen went and shot like 4 children in a school
5
and a
people
couple of
dead.
other people. It's like 5 people
crazy,
dead.
man.
It's unfortunate out here what's going on. We need to pray for everyone, even like these gunmen who
They're
are
going through- they
finding
suffering in
it
silence.
right. They're suffering for some
There's
reason,
something.
or
Something
they're angry
wrong.
about something, and we
Yes.
need to just pray for this whole entire country because there's too much of this happening on a weekly and a daily basis. So, anyway, with that being
don't
said,
be
go
posting
ahead.
quotes neither, man. Like stand by them quotes too. Y'all be posting quotes all day long and don't even mean nothing with it. Y'all just post and share 'em, man. Like take them to the heart, you know what I mean, and feed off of those.
Right.
Very good.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
she's so fly.
Missy Monroe.
Tiger Escobar.
Oswald Van Egbert, Dunberry Jr.
All
Peace out.
that.
What's up, Johnny Kid?
Funny talk with real people.